Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be decorating the spreads in my wellness planner for the month of August, and I just finished July and we used up so many sheets. I'm super excited. I'm hoping to be able to use up a bunch this time too. So I guess we'll see. Let me cover up my bracelet. Let me do all the white out. I'm getting to a point in the stack of stickers that I bring out every time I work on my wellness planner. I'm getting to a point where I'm really having to get creative on how I use the stickers without dipping into the rest of my stash, which I could, and I probably will soon because I'm really running super low. But I enjoy having to get creative because it helps me use up stickers that I probably wouldn't have used otherwise, at all. So that's nice. Oh, wow, are there only... No, there's 4. Okay, oh my gosh, I was about to say that doesn't make any sense. Why are there only 3? Oh, okay. And it's really fun having to sift through and just kind of problem solve, I guess, but in a creative fashion. Come on. So I do enjoy that. But if you watched the video of me doing July, you'll see what I mean. I mean, if you have watched any of these videos before, you know that they're just pure sticker chaos. I don't do any kind of attempts at color coordinating. I cut stickers up and I put stickers in places that don't actually make sense, but they make sense to me. So that's just the name of the game over here. Okay, we are going to put in our habit trackers for tracking my medicine, and I've been putting them up here because they're really long ones, and I don't want to have to cut them because then they're just going to look weird. But it's fine, and it's been giving me actually more space to decorate, which has been nice. So not complaining, and I have a lot of these sheets, so they're gonna last a while, probably the rest of the year, honestly. If not, then very close to that. Okay. There. Well, let's get those out of the way. Actually, that's, I don't know, it might last me the rest of the year, I'm not sure. Okay, that's out of the way. We have all of our habit trackers down, all of them. Yes, or do I need one more? Am I crazy? Do I need one more? No, okay. Ugh, my brain. Okay, I started using these in the last video to mark where I keep track of the amount of servings of fruits and vegetables I eat each day, because that is important to me. I want to make sure I'm having enough. So we're gonna stick those in. We're just gonna actually keep going because we can use this sheet up, and that's what I'm about. Actually, I probably should be putting these sideways, huh? Like this. Would that look better? Yeah. The other ones were kind of big for that, but okay, now that's done. Excuse me. I had another one of those sheets. I just need to find it. Oh, here it is. Sticking out where that there. I feel like every time I do these videos, I never follow the same process. Like I follow the same like process as in like how I set my page up, but I never follow the same process as like what order I do anything in. I don't know why. Here. There, and that's it. So we're done with that. Perfect. And then I am going to use these arrows for marking where I track my steps because that will get this page used up. And that's used up. And I'm just going to continue on this page using these ones. And then I'm going to put that aside because continuing to use those is not going to get me that sheet used up, but if I go back to these, like I was using in July, I can use this one up. You guys, I'm obsessed with using up sticker sheets. It's, I don't know, become a passion or something. There. Done. Now I need to find something I can use to replace that, which I'm sure is in here somewheres. I could use these. Yeah, let's use those because I should be able to use them up maybe. It doesn't matter what they say, really. As long as they're in the correct position. I don't know. Did I skip a week? Why do I always feel like I did one less week than I actually did? I really don't know, but I did all of them. So just that. Those can go off to the side. Okay. Okay, now I need to do my hydration trackers, which I will often use checklist stickers. I don't think I have any left in here. No. Because they are easy to use in this capacity. I don't really know what else to say about that, but they work, so I use them. Let's take that out. Cut off the end of that one. Two of these. And I'm going to cut the little heads off because they're not going to fit. And then I will do that and that. I don't actually know if I'm going to have enough here. I might have to dip into somewhere else and find some more. Perhaps. Here. Let's take this out because we can try to use that up. Actually, we can use that up as well. Oh, my scissors are getting sticky. Here. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try and find some other ones. I might have some, I probably have some in one of these sticker books that are over here, like the bigger ones, because that's it for the small ones. And definitely don't have any in there. Let me check in here. I need to remember that I have the labels in here. These types of checklists don't really work because the little dots are just too far apart. I can use those as like bottom washi though, whenever I run out of the arrows I have. That might be the only type of heart checklist that's in here, which means that's a no-go. Okay, let me check one more. I might have some. Maybe? I don't know. Probably not actually, but we can check. Yeah, see, it has those types. I don't like those ones. They're too far apart. No, it doesn't have the kind I need. Okay. Let's look for some in here. Perfection. Wait, I could have sworn that I had some smaller ones in here that I could use. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention. Smaller heart checklist? No, not there. Maybe in here? Oh, I have those. I could use those, probably. Okay, I can also use those. Okay. Let's use a couple of these together. Stick that down right there, and then take this out so I can try and use the rest of those up. Let's see. Chop that off, and then will that fit there? Yep, okay. Let's try and use those then. Actually, let's take that page out too. Two smaller ones there. Let's actually go through some of this to put in here to use. Here. Any of these ones that have like heart checklists, I'm gonna put in because always in need of those. Okay. Put these back in here. Maybe all of these can go in here. I think these are all all checklist thingies. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna pull all of these in because those will be super handy. And then, oh, maybe some more. Maybe I can throw some decorative stuff in here. I definitely need decorative things, and the decorative things don't have to make sense, so they can be literally whatever. These are more like label-y things. It's not what I'm looking for. Is this what I'm looking for? Maybe. I have a bunch of these smaller bits. feeling it. I need that. Yes. Yes. Not yet. Not yet. Yes. Yes. Oh, those can go in. These could work on the side, I think. They're pretty wide, but I think there would be space. These, if I cut them, but then they would have like the lines going this way. These ones, those ones wouldn't. Then would they be the right size that way? They'd be a little big, but I think they could work. I'll pull those just in case. Put these ones in here. Oh, checklists. Checklists. Don't need those. There. Yeah, okay. I think that's it from there. All of these delicious checklist pages that I don't need anymore, but that's okay. They'll be there for next time. Let's go back to the beginning. I grabbed these because I figured I could use them as bottom washi, maybe? I don't know. Might be a little difficult. Oh, it works. But let's do these though, because I would like to get those out of the way. And then we can use the other ones when I don't have these anymore. Here. Oh no, I ripped. It's okay. It's totally fine. Here. This is about to be the perfect amount of arrows. That'd be amazing. There. Oh no. wasn't the perfect amount of big arrows, but I'll use a couple of the small ones. And it'll be fine. It's fine. It's literally just an excuse to use up more stickers that I wouldn't be using otherwise. So, okay. Now those can go back over there. I don't need these right now. I need labels for breakfasts. There's no way that's my last one, right? No, I have those. Okay. Okay, we're gonna use these little things for breakfasts. Actually, while I'm looking at it and thinking about it, let me pull this so I can get this sheet out because I'm going to use these for lunches, and that one is done. That's out so I don't forget. Okay. I feel like I haven't told you guys any like stories about my recent paranormal experiences. I feel like I used to tell you guys about them all the time, but that's because they used to happen all the time. Like, especially when I was living in New York, that house was so like haunted. I don't know. There was so much in there, so much going on. Like, stuff was happening constantly. Since we've been in this house, some stuff has happened, but it doesn't happen like constantly. But a lot of stuff happened yesterday, and it was like really weird. The sequence of events just, I don't know. So let me just chat while I do this. The closet in the bathroom that's attached to my bedroom, something about that closet is so off. It's just the closet. It's not the bathroom in general. It's like literally just the closet. It feels so creepy. It feels like somebody is like in the closet lurking and like staring at you. And obviously there's no one in there. And it's not even a big closet. It is technically a walk-in closet, but the entire closet is like a square, and it's maybe 4.5 by 4.5 feet. It's not very big, as far as, you know, walk-in closets go. So it's not like there's any space in there for anybody to hide. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very obvious that nobody's in there, but there's just this vibe that it gives off. It's just creepy. And then one day my son was in my bedroom, and he was going to go into the bathroom in there, and he came downstairs really freaked out, and he said that he saw me. So like the bathroom door was like open, and when you open the bathroom door, it butts right up against the closet. So if someone was in the closet, they could very easily like come out of the closet and hide behind the door if the door is like not all the way open. And he came running down, and he was super freaked out. He said he saw me, and the reason he was freaked out is because he went into the bathroom. He realized it wasn't me and I wasn't there. He said he saw me peek out from behind the door at him, and then like go back behind the door, but like it was me, but I looked scary. Super creepy. And then I've told you guys the story about not too long after we moved in here, we still had a whole bunch of like boxes that were still packed up. But since then, nothing major has happened. Like, there's been small things. And when I say major, I mean like things physically moving. That hasn't really happened since then. but we have had noises and shadow figures, and that's it for that. My son and I have both heard each other like calling for each other when we weren't. So I have heard him calling like mama, and he didn't say anything. And he's heard me calling for him and I didn't say anything. There was one time where we both heard it at the same time, but we thought it was the other person, which is super creepy. And just stuff like that. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to cut them in half. They're meant to be like tabs, but I'm just going to cut them in half and use them as labels. So just creepy stuff like that happening a lot. But yesterday, usually when things happen here, it's like, you know, one thing will happen and then it'll be several weeks before another like single thing happens. But yesterday, like a bunch of things happened all in a row. So I was in the bathroom and I was getting that like creepy feeling from the closet, and I like just all of a sudden I felt like, oh, I should like ghost hunt in my closet. And yeah, I don't really know why that just suddenly occurred to me that I should do that. But I told my husband, I was like, we definitely should do that because there's something in there. And I just got this like overwhelming feeling that I should do that. And so he was like, okay. And then we started looking for like ghost hunting equipment. And I have some stuff, but like I have like 2 things, not enough to like properly investigate. And as I was looking, that page is done. As I was looking, oh, I need to, let me put these to the side because I want to know how many I finish in this video, and I have the ones from the July video right here. So let's put those over there, those over there. As I was looking online for ghost hunting stuff, I was sitting on the landing of my stairs. So the way my stairs are is from the bottom of them, if you go up, you hit a landing and then you have to like turn and go up this way on like a second flight of stairs. Just stick that here. So I was sitting on like the middle landing that divides the 2 sets of stairs, and because I was waiting for my son to finish showering, and his like bathroom is just like right up there. And I was on my phone looking at ghost equipment, and then all of a sudden from the top set of stairs peeks around at me like a little tiny dark shadow, just like a small shadow. It just peeks, looks at me, and then like disappears, runs away. And I didn't really, I don't know, it didn't scare me. It didn't feel like threatening or anything. And I've seen shadow figures in this house like so many times that it was fine. And I didn't really even think anything of it. It just happened, and then I went back to what I was doing. Later that night, when I was trying to sleep, let me find something that I can use for lunches real quick before I keep blabbing on. Oh, right. The bazillion labels I have that I keep forgetting I have. Okay. Is that all? Yes. Okay. Later that night when I was trying to sleep, I started hearing like tapping noises in one specific corner of my bedroom. And it, at first, the first couple sounded like they were on the wall. So I kind of just ignored them and wrote them off as like, I don't know, the house settling or something. Yeah, I guess I'll use these skinny ones, might as well. Usually I'd use these ones for breakfast, but I'm just using what I got, so it's fine. So the first couple I kind of just ignored and assumed they were the house settling or something, but then they kept happening, and in the same corner. So there's a corner of my room where, like, when I'm laying on my side of the bed, that's the corner I'm facing. And it's got all of my like perfumes and body sprays and like nail stuff. And right now there are a couple like cardboard boxes over there also. And it was that corner that was just like taps, taps, taps. And it wasn't tapping on the same thing. I have plastic drawers over there. I have a plastic like blow up chair that's not blown up. It's like folded up and sitting there. And then I have like cardboard boxes. There's wood over there. And it sounded like somebody was going around to all of the different like materials and surfaces they could find and like tapping on each one. So each tap sounded like a different material. Some of them were louder and some of them were quieter, and they weren't in like a rhythm. Like I would hear taps like this. Like it went on for like 30 minutes. It was so annoying. Like it wasn't even scary. It was just super freaking annoying because I was trying to sleep and it was like purposefully waking me up too. So I'd like, at first I was laying down and trying to fall asleep and I couldn't because it was really annoying. But then it would stop. Like it would go for a minute or two and then it would stop for a couple minutes and I would like think it was done. So I'd try to fall asleep again. And right as I'm like on the precipice of sleep, it like tapped again. It was just really, really annoying. It went on, like I said, for about 30 minutes. Okay, so that's it. And then eventually it just stopped. I was getting ready to get up and like go get my incense and get rid of that thing because I was so tired and it was really annoying. And it's almost as if it sensed I was about to do that because I was texting my husband that like that's what I was about to do because it was like just super annoying. And then it stopped and I fell asleep. And then at 5:30 in the morning, it woke me up again. You don't understand? Okay, I'm gonna use these and I'm gonna cut them in half for the dinners. Yeah, so at 5:30 in the morning, it woke me up again with more tapping in a different area though. This time it was tapping on my bedroom door. Why? I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't because I don't know. I don't understand. But it was weird though. When it woke me up at 5:30, there are a lot of spots on the second floor where when you step, no matter how lightly you step, the floorboards creak, even though there's carpet and everything, but like the boards underneath will creak. And so you can hear and you can tell where the creaking's coming from too, when it happens. And I could hear creaking like somebody was walking on the floor in front of my bedroom door. And then it was like tapping on the door like it was trying to open it. It was so strange. And like, again, it wasn't scary. It was just annoying. That one though didn't continue going. It just did it a couple times, maybe for like, 10, 15 seconds after I woke up. And then it was done. And then I went back to sleep. This one has lines on it, but I'm gonna ignore that. It's probably honestly actually gonna annoy me, which is strange. You would think it wouldn't because everything else in this planner is so chaotic. Why would that be the thing that annoys me? But because I'm gonna write across them like that, it probably will annoy me. I don't know. But I want to get this sheet used up, so I'm just gonna do it. And then in the morning, I texted my husband, because he's out of town right now. I texted him and I told him that it woke me up again at 5:30. And he texted me, he was like, that's exactly the same thing that happened to me. Like, he was telling me this one time. So my son has issues with sleeping at night, a lot of the time. And when he's like, he can't sleep or he's bored at night when we're trying to sleep, he'll come into our room at night, but he like feels bad and doesn't want to wake us up. So he does it, like he tries to do it really kind of sneakily and quietly. And that sheet is done. So he'll like come and walk up. His bedroom door is like across the hall from ours. So he'll walk up to the door and you can hear the creaking on the floor. And then he'll kind of, I don't know if he like pushes on the door a little bit to see if it's latched or if he just kind of grabs the handle and is trying to turn it really slowly. But the door like jiggles a little bit before he ends up opening it, and it makes that tapping sound. And so it sounded exactly like him trying to come into the room at night, but it wasn't him. He was fast asleep. And my husband was telling me that this is the exact same thing that happened to him, that he was telling me about before. Let's see. I'm gonna do these, and I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing I've been doing, cutting them in half. Where it sounded like our son was trying to come into the room, and it like felt like somebody was there, like you could sense like a person there, but he wasn't there. Nobody was there. And when that happened to him, he saw a small shadow, which I did not see when that happened, but I saw earlier in the night, which is super crazy. So last night was interesting. It was just annoying. I don't know. What does it say about me that I've gotten to the point where ghosts are just annoying and not even really scary? Some of them are. I don't think that the same thing that was tapping is the same thing that's in the closet though, because it didn't feel the same. However, a couple nights before that, so I sleep like a rock. I can fall asleep anywhere and stay asleep for like 15 hours. I'm not even joking. I can sleep like nobody. Nobody's got anything on me when it comes to being able to sleep, and I sleep deep. So when something wakes me up, it either means that it was really loud, or that it was continuous, like it kept happening over and over until my brain finally was like, something's happening, you need to wake up. But I've slept through earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes. Actually, I don't usually sleep through tornadoes because the sirens go off and I'm scared of tornadoes. But if the sirens didn't go off, I totally could sleep through a tornado. So when something wakes me up, it was something. And then, so that, oh, why did I do that? Okay. So a couple nights before everything that I just told you happened, I was trying to sleep and I could not sleep for the life of me. Like, So it's very strange. I'll tell you something else that's been happening since my husband's been out of town. But every single time he goes out of town, it's like the activity picks up, like it knows he's not here. And I don't know. I don't know. But let's see. We gotta do our dots now. Get this out of the way. There and the dots. So I was trying to sleep, but I couldn't. And I was like, every time I would fall asleep, I'm not joking, I would wake up like 15 to 30 minutes later. I woke up probably 15 to 20 times that night. And every time I woke up, it felt like somebody was standing at the edge of the bed just watching me. And it was super creepy and uncomfortable, and I really, really didn't like it. But that, whatever that was, felt like whatever is in the closet. It did not feel like the same thing that was making the tapping noises. So I don't know what's going on in this house, but I am going to investigate because I want to know. We have done, so the one and only time I've ever used a Ouija board was in this house. And we got the beginning of a name, but then it stopped. And we were also using a spirit box at the same time, and it was creepy. I wish I had recorded it because it's so very clearly people talking. And it's crazy too, because usually when you see people using spirit boxes, it's the thing that like runs through the radio frequencies, like the radio stations and stuff, and spits out words to answer your questions. Usually when you'll see people using those or hear people using them, whatever, it will be mostly static, and then like voices will come in here and there. And even when it's not like understandable, it's still like fragments of words and like popping up sometimes in different voices and stuff. When we were using it the same night we did the Ouija board, it was static the entire time we were using the Ouija board. Just pure static. No like random voices or anything. No voice like word fragments, nothing. Just static. And then it just suddenly stopped communicating on the Ouija board. And immediately after it stopped, you could hear the static turn into whispers. It was the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I've never heard a spirit box sound like that before. It didn't sound, so you could still hear the static, but like within the static, it sounded like a bunch of people whispering to each other, like frantically having like an important conversation. And then after that stopped, we started getting a voice. I don't remember what it said. It was some kind of name, I think, from what I remember, but it kept saying the same word. It was the same word over and over and over and over again. But it sounded again like the whispers, like it was within the static. It wasn't like being pushed out of the system, like between the static, like it kind of usually sounds like. It was like within it. It was so bizarre. I really wish I had recorded it, but I didn't. I don't remember where I was going with that. I don't remember why I was telling you guys that. But it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy experience. I think I told you guys that because I was telling you that I wanted to investigate. I don't know. I don't remember. Story of my life. Okay. Part of me wants to try to investigate while my husband is still gone, because the activity does seem to pick up while he's gone. I would be interested to see if I get more interaction when he's not here. But then I'm also kind of scared. I'm scared to do it alone. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got a few days to decide. I'm probably just gonna wait for him because I don't think I want to do that by myself. Especially because if I were gonna wait to do it at night, it would have to be pretty late because I'd have to wait for my son to be like fully asleep. Otherwise he's gonna hear me and he's gonna come in wondering what I'm doing. And it's gonna take him even longer to go to sleep. So yeah, okay, there's that. Oh wait, I didn't even finish this side. Oh my, you guys chit-chatting too much. I can't focus and talk at the same time. I just can't do it. Okay. I think all I have to do is decorate now, which is so exciting. Yes. Decoration time. Here. Okay, get all of these out of the way. All of these non-decorative things. I'm trying to use those on the side. Let me get this. There we go. Now, that. I'm going to use this on the side. I'm just going to stick that on there. It says life is short, lick the bowl. I'm going to put all the like decorative anchor bits that I use down right now. So that's done. Here. I might have to cut these down. I'm gonna cut this sticker in half though. It's not gonna be straight, but whatever. Stick that there because why not? And then we're gonna try to use this. How much do I need to cut off to make it fit? Just one side, it looks like. One of the little borders. Yes. There we go. That works. I think that's the last. Yeah, that's it though. Okay. So let's go go back to this one. And we don't need that anymore. But that. Trying to use up these little header things, and then also these. And I need my donuts. To stick there. Let's just go ahead and do all of them because I think I can use this up. Ooh. Okay, not on that week though, apparently. Or the beginning of that one. And then I'm gonna have extras on here, aren't I? Yeah. There. That's done. We're gonna use the extra one, just like up here or something. Yeah. Okay. Here. And use a couple of these jars. And an oven mitt. Spatula. A whisk, because why not? Some vegetables. I was going to say fruits. Those are vegetables. Although, technically, there's really no actual difference. Here. Note. To do checks. And yes. And pull this sheet out. I think we can use this up. Use up these little hearts. I think we're gonna call that good. Move on here. That sheet's done. Mix these up. some circles. Circles. Which one should I grab? This one? Maybe both of them, actually. Okay, we are going to call that one done. One more on here, that's done. That's done. And these literally say done. How funny is that? Those are almost done. Let's use a whisk on here. Stick it somewhere. Well, I'm putting cabbages on every single week, but it doesn't matter. There. I love these cute little bits. Here. Okay, I think I have one more. That wasn't the last one, right? Yeah, one more. Whisk. That's done. There. Use the last two of these. use up these little confettis. It drives me crazy that these are almost used up, but I don't have space for them on here. It really does drive me crazy, but it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay, I think that's it. Actually, no, I need to put these little hearts in. Because these I do refuse to just leave like this. That's done. Okay, now I think actually done. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Excuse me. Now we're going to look at the spreads. This is going to drive me a little crazy, but I'll get over it in the name of using up stickers. And that's it. Those are all of the spreads for August. I'm super excited to have those done. Honestly, I kind of want to do September right now, but I really shouldn't because I have other things I need to do, and I'm literally filming this in May because I'm productively procrastinating. So let's see how many pages we finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we did 12 in this round, which is not too bad. We did 20 in July, but I think a lot of those were already almost done, maybe. And I do have quite a few sheets that are like almost done. They will be done when I do September. So that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.